Hi everyone. Today I want to ask you about your museum. But before we get started, I'd love a show of hands. Who's ever felt empowered when they've achieved something, big or small? It's a great feeling, isn't it? And has anyone ever fast forward to their last day on earth and pondered just how they might feel at the end? In Nurse Bronnie's book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, the first was, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. It's reported up to 50% of people feel significant regret at the end of their life. Hi, I'm Leanne, a spiritual medium and empowerment speaker. I help people take off their mask and return to self so they can live an authentic, enriching life. I'm here to light that fire in your belly so you can make brave choices and choose to be one of the other 50% that doesn't feel regret. So how does that sound? My shift came when I was almost 40. I was highly stressed with a string of health concerns and in an unhappy marriage where I couldn't be myself. I'd completely lost my sparkle. Maybe there's a piece of my story and a piece of yours, but it doesn't have to be that way. Through the next decade of self-development, I learned that life is too short not to be authentic, and we need to be brave to live our best life, one that we can look back on with pure contentment. They say the worst place to be is exactly where you were last year. So let's get started. I believe returning to our passions as a younger person can help elevate our life and move us to the direction of living our best life. After divorce, I returned to my passion of dancing. It became my healing, a place that rebuilt my broken confidence. But I remember that first class. I could barely look at my reflection and I cried. A year later, that same teacher, Claudio, danced with me and he said, "Oh, you've come alive again." And it's from this place that our energy is high and we can attract our best life. Today, I'm asking you to reflect back in time, back to when you were younger. Please close your eyes so you can connect to your inner voice. What is something you haven't been brave enough to do yet? What is still calling you? Imagine getting to the end of your life and you still haven't tried yet. Is there a feeling of regret? But now imagine if you succeed. Imagine growing and getting your zest back. Imagine if just trying opened the doors to your dreams. Gently and slowly open your eyes. I'd been training as a medium for a decade, and yet I still had imposter syndrome. I felt I'd be judged by my peers if I went professional and judged by others for being too woo-woo. But eventually, the pain of not even trying became too much, and I knew I had to put myself out there. I wanted to show my kids that you need to be brave to live an authentic life, and it's better to have tried and failed than never to have tried at all. But I can tell you, that day I posted on social media, wow, I felt the weight of the world off my shoulders. I could finally be myself. No masks, no apologies, and it felt amazing. I can't believe I'd waited all that time, just missing out on all of these wonderful feelings, amazing opportunities, and above all, my heart's desire of helping others. So now it's your turn. Imagine someone is building a museum. Everything inside is just for you. What do you want it to show? What would you be proud of? When you go home, I want you to think about your childhood passions. And then I'm challenging you to go and find a class where you can dip your toes back in and reconnect to yourself. If you reconnect, you can live a life without regret. Thank you.